Hey guys, this is Calculus Family, and in this tutorial, we're going to solve monotonic function problem. It says show that the function f of x, which is equal to 2 minus x all squared plus 1, decreases on the interval negative infinity to 2, right? And it increases on the interval 2 to positive infinity. So this question is in two parts. It has for you to testing for monotonic decreasing and monotonic increasing. Let me do it side by side so that you understand it clearly. So I have the decreasing here, then I'm going to have the increasing at this end. Okay, so observe carefully. So for the decreasing, you have the domain to be, so d sub f is equal to negative infinity to 2, and here the d sub f is given us from 2 towards positive infinity. So what are you going to do? The first step in solving any monotonic function is for you to select two random numbers from our domain. So you say let x1 and x2 be members of our domain df. Okay, then where x1 is less than x2, so this is a preamble before you start. So if x1 is less than x2 in our domain, the highest number is 2 and the smallest number is negative infinity. But since the highest number is 2, we can clearly say that x1 will be less than x2, obviously, as you have assumed, and it will be less than the highest number, 2, obviously. At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to make these functions here be like what you have here. So you negate x because x is negated. So you have negative x1. Then once you negate, the sign will reverse, right? So it will become like this: negative x2, negative 2. Then you add 2 because there's plus 2 here. So you have 2 minus x1 greater than 2 minus x2 greater than 2 minus 2, giving us 2 minus x1. Then after you squared, right? You square it. So squared greater than 2 minus x2, then you have squared. Remember 2 minus 2 is 0. So when I square 0, I have what? Greater than what? 0. Then the next thing to do is to add the 1 to it, right? So I'll add mine plus 1. So I'll have 2 minus x1 all squared plus 1 greater than 2 minus x2 all squared plus 1 greater than 0 plus what? 1, right? Remember that our functional value for this, when putting f of x1 inside, you simply get what? So f of x1 is simply equal to what? Open brackets 2 minus x1. You see, when you want to find a functional value, wherever you see x, you put x1 there, right? 2 minus x1 all squared plus 1. Therefore, this here is the same as this. Is that not it? Then if you put x2, you get 2 minus x2 all squared plus 1. Therefore, you can say that f of x1 from this interaction is greater than f of what? X2, like this. Therefore, it is what? Decreasing. Our function is decreasing over the domain we have been given. So it has been proved. Let's go to the increasing. For the increasing, you have a different domain, right? And we still hold the assumption that x1 is less than x2. We are just trying to create this for you to appreciate the fact that the function will be increasing and will be decreasing over an interval. So for the increasing side, since our smallest number here is 2 and the biggest number is positive infinity, we're going to say that 2 will be less than not x1. X1 is already less than not x2, as we know. Then the next thing is, as you know, you negate x, right? So you negate x. So negative 2 is greater than, it reverses, greater than negative x1. It will be greater than negative x2. Then the next thing is to add 2. So negative 2 plus 2 greater than 2 minus x1, which is greater than 2 minus what? X2. Once this is done, this is 0 greater than 2 minus x1 greater than 2 minus x2. Remember that x2 is bigger than x1 is one thing you should know. But since you are using 2, if you are subtracting a smaller number from a bigger number, you end up getting a bigger output, right? So we are saying that this is indeed greater than this. But look at something, we are going to square it. And you realize that when I square, the sign should change because this will no more become smaller and bigger than this after squaring. Assume you have let's say we have 5 and you are subtracting 2 and you are subtracting what? 3, right? You realize that when I subtract this, I get what? 3. And that will be indeed greater than when I subtract 3 from it, I get what? 2. But immediately I square this output, right? Immediately, let's say I'm supposed to square this output. Let me say this way. Okay, let me do it this way. So the explanation would not fit this. So the idea is that you have 0 to be greater than 2 minus x1 and it is greater than what? 2 minus what? X2, right? So you are going to square this, but immediately you square, the sign will have to what, reverse. Okay, this is actually a bigger number than this, right? So once you square and you're going to add 1 to it, it's going to reverse. Okay, so you're going to have 0, which is less than 2 minus x1 all squared plus 1, and this will be less than 2 minus x2 all squared plus 1. The reason I didn't use that explanation is that this x2 here is not a fixed number. I used a fixed number so that which was 5, right? That is why you couldn't appreciate it. If I had used a number like, let's say, um 1, let's say I'm using a smaller number, right? Let's say I'm using 1 and I'm saying that x1 is let's say x1 is 2, and let's say x2 is, let's say, 3. Let's try this one and see. When I subtract this, what do I get? I get 1 minus 2, which is was negative 1. Is that not it? And when I subtract it, I get what? 1 minus 3, which is was negative 2. At this point, negative 1 is bigger than negative 2, clearly explained here. But when I square, you realize that this becomes 1, this becomes 4. So because of that, it will reverse the sign. That's why I've seen the reverse. So I believe at this point you understand it clearly why I reverse the sign. Good. So we move on, and at this point I can clearly say that my f of x1 is less than my f of what, x2, and therefore our function is what, increasing. As simple as possible. Thank you for watching, and please do what, subscribe and share.